Morning, nation. What is going on today? C Marty Fit.
Morning, nation. What's going on, Keith?
I don't think I hear you.
Oh, you can't.
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, you're frozen. Oh, the horses here.
Good. I'm good on my end. Can you see me?
All right, so I'm here. I know C Marty is showing up, and I know that Nicole is showing up here. I am just literally, there he is. Did we got him there now?
Am I good?
Oh, there you are.
All right, cool. I don't know what happened there. I was fine on my end.
You were fine on your end, but you are like Nicole's going to be jumping in here this morning.
Oh, all right, we're good.
That's okay.
How you doing, Keith?
I'm awesome. Thank you. I went for a walk this morning, pal. How are you?
I'm good. I trained like 10 people this morning. I'm good.
Yeah. What time does your day get going there in Maryland?
I start training at 5, so I'm up.
Yeah.
3:30. I'm up.
That's a commitment.
Yeah, it's a commitment, but that's like the bulk of my day, my training day at least. So
yeah, so I'm thinking with you and your crew here, you guys start by 5. You're probably done. Like what? Well, you sit down with me in the morning here for a little bit, and then you probably have some more clients, and then you done by 10 o'clock kind of thing.
I'm done by 7:38, and then I have some afternoon clients.
Yeah, that really is the. Let's lean into this for a moment. See, Marty, a lot of people struggle with training in the mornings.
Yeah, I've come to find that the most serious clients, the best clients, the long-term clients, the most money is in the morning. They tend to be more serious. When people get off of work, they got kids, they got responsibilities. Yeah. It's hard to get in there, man. It's tough. And
it's true.
That's when the curveballs happen. That's when the kids do something, the wife or the husband might need you to help with something. So it's just easier to get it out the way.
It's so true. Yeah. Morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. That's okay. That is absolutely okay. We're just chatting about with Marty here about success that we have by starting our day in the gym, just taking care of ourselves. Right? See, Marty was talking about that. He starts his day with his clients at 5 a.m. and how, well, Nicole, your mom, as the day accumulates, other things I don't want to say get in the way because that's disrespectful to our family, but things accumulate.
Shit goes off the rails. Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it just quickly before you're like, okay, I got to take care of this, and the last person you think about is yourself, right, Marty?
That's right. And I don't know if y'all listen to Ed Milet, but he talks about how he'll split his day up into 3 days.
Oh, tell me.
And like the first like 6 hours of his day, that's like his time where he'll do like his morning routine, he'll do his workout. Then the next part of his day is work. And then the last part of his day is like family. So that kind of helps him get going where he maximizes his day. I probably have the split wrong, but he splits his day into 3 days.
No, you're right. It's either 6 or 8 hours. Like the dude works all day.
Yeah. He's working all day. Like he has like 2 work days within that split. So I'll get it right next time. I wasn't prepared, but he talks about it on his show and in his book. So
there seems to be a lot of truth to that, though, because I can perhaps relate. I think maybe Nicole can relate too. Since I started this morning show here, it's so the mornings roll into the afternoon show, and then Nicole and C Marty Fit by like 1 o'clock Central Time. Since I've been going since largely 4:30 when I get up, 4:30, 4:45, I'm like, okay. Job 1's done. The 2 shows are done. The prepping for the shows are done. Now it's time to take a little bit, maybe a break before I dig into job 2, which is building the business of the Business Athlete Performance Lab. And I have family too. So and then Nicole, you've been figuring out balance in that as well. But yeah, I said to a couple of my teammates last week that I cannot be available to support you guys between these certain hours in the morning, because if I don't take care of myself, everything's going sideways.
Yep.
And it just takes that discipline, right? To just draw a line in the sand and say, okay, guys, no, sorry, this is just not working. Yet employers and companies that many of us work at struggle with that concept of letting our folks go and take care of themselves.
Even yesterday, I was running some errands, and like the shopping mall I went to, it was like overly packed and all this traffic there for some reason. Like it's never that packed during the like midday. And I was going
They're all
right
working
before-
out in there.
What'd you say?
They're all working out in there.
No, they're not working out there. But I was going before my workout and it was so packed. I just turned around and went straight to the gym. I was like, I'm not missing my workout today. You know, like I had to get that in. So.
See, Marty and Nicole, when you guys are training, I think this is something that maybe people want to hear this morning. You know, mornings in the lab with Keith, Nicole, and C Marty Fit, giving you guys some things to think about as you start your day. I know there's that cliche of just show up in the gym and just get going. Do you both find that's the case where there's days where you just don't have no desire to get there, but just getting there and getting those feet moving is the magic? That's truly the case for both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never feel like working out, believe it or not.
Yeah. Same.
Like I really don't feel like going today, but I'm going. I didn't feel like going yesterday.
Talk about that, because you're a guy who sells this and you're saying here to everybody, I don't want to go work out.
Yeah, I don't, but it has to get done. One, for my mental health, because just life, family, stuff happens. And then just business, dealing with clients, I have to take care of myself. And,
Yes.
And then I have an extra pressure because I got to look a certain way because I am a trainer. So I can't be out here with the big back.
Yeah.
There's a little motivation behind it.
Let's come back to that in a second, Marty, because I want to dig into that for a second. Nicole, you as well. I know you like to do endurance. You like to get it going. There's got to be days where you're like, I have no desire to go, but you just find a way to get your feet moving. And I'm going to suspect once you get your feet moving, they just start going faster, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I really don't want to go. And sometimes I really do enjoy it and look forward to it. But yeah, there's days that it's okay, why am I doing this? But yeah, just get out there and get started.
I find if I think too much about it, I often dissuade myself from doing something. Yeah. So I've gotten in the habit of, I know I've been talking to you guys that I've been embracing running lately, especially since Lauren been doing her marathons here. And I ran yesterday, Nicole, Monday, and I did a 45-minute run. And man, I hated every second moving up to it. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, okay, it's time to run. And I went. And dude, I was running at 8.2, 8.5 on the tread.
Dang, that's awesome.
Exactly, C Marty Fit. And if you saw how long my legs were, you all be mighty impressed. Like I'm just one tall mofo. Like I'm probably the tallest guy around, actually. Every pun intended. But yeah, these little legs are just rolling, man. They were just rolling up the treadmill. Worried that I was going to fall off and do a face plant. That's my biggest concern, is falling on a treadmill and doing a face plant.
Yeah, I've never had that happen.
Never?
Yeah.
Never.
Nicole?
No, so I think you're probably good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Good. Confidence in the morning from Nicole and C Marty Fit that I'm probably good when I'm running on the treadmill, that I'm not going to fall and smack my face.
Yeah, I think you're good.
The thing is that the treadmill's kind of it faces the back wall. So I'm nervous that if I fall, I'm going to get squished into the back wall.
Yeah, you might want to change that.
Yeah.
Or just try outside. Go outside and run.
Or that too.
Or go outside and run too. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be, it'll be a good thing to talk about this morning. We get into our accountability check-in, which we're going to talk about confidence. Action breeds confidence, and just getting up and going, the biggest challenge for many of us, and just doing it over and over and gaining that confidence, which is often a struggle for most of us. Yep. Nicole, yesterday, I got some texts after the show. Folks were like, hey, you teased the Kentucky Derby party, but you didn't talk about it. I'm like, oh, right. See, Marty, Nicole,
or Lauren's marathon. You didn't say how she did
marathon
either.
too. Yes, I got two things I got to talk about with you guys. So let's rehash from the last couple of days. So Lauren ran her marathon the weekend, half marathon. See, Marty, Nicole, her goal was to break her last one, which was 1:54. There was debate whether it was 1:54 or 1:56, and she came in at 1:52. She crushed it.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she just crushed it.
Tough.
Yes, exactly. So she did the first half in 55 minutes. And then she handed off to she was running out. She did a half, and then she did a relay with somebody too. So she did 55 minutes in that first half. And then I was like, okay, you're fast. I'm gonna go to watch Piper dance now. So that was that. So she's all about that. I think she's thinking about doing an ultra marathon or a half triathlon or half Ironman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, maybe she can knock
That
on
is
your door
awesome.
there. What's that from C Marty?
No, I said that is awesome. That's pretty impressive.
Yes. Yeah, maybe she'll come knock on your door, Nicole.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
No kidding. No kidding. Hey, C Marty, do you have any interest in doing ultra marathons or Ironmans? Does that kind of, I know you like the lift. I know you like to be in the gym. I know you like the idea of muscular strength. Do those sports appeal to you or intrigue you?
I've thought about it. I've done Spartan and High Rocks. So
Oh, you have, eh?
Oh,
yeah, I'm working my way up to it. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Spartans
very cool.
are fun. I've never done one.
Yeah, Spartan is really fun. Yeah. And High Rocks is similar. It's just indoors.
Oh,
So
okay.
what's Spartan again, Nicole?
Jump over things? You're going to like barbed wire and you're outside?
You're climbing, you're going through water, you in the mud, dirt, you're doing even the monkey bars.
Yeah. It's a race.
Rope climb, which I can't do, but I had to do 30 burpees instead of rope climb.
Hold on, back it up. You can't do rope climb?
No, I can't.
Not your thing?
I don't know how to. Yeah, I never worked on the technique.
Yeah, I guess it's like this, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, but it's more to it than that. It's not just.
Oh, it's not.
It's not just here. Let me get up here. Like it's a little more to it.
I just got a text from Lauren. Obstacle course, she tells us. So there you go, guys.
Okay.
Just leave it to my
for the
beautiful.
love of God, somebody tell him what's about.
Just leave it to my beautiful wife to sum it up in just 2 words. Obstacle course.
Right.
There you go. Oh, we're getting more. 10K through an obstacle course. Thanks, baby. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
there you go. Yeah.
That sounds a lot better than our description.
We'll just have Lauren join us through text and she'll keep the show engaging and entertaining. Well, Marty's figuring out how to rope climb.
Yeah, I'll figure it out one day.
That's good. We should get some video on that, actually. Do you know, speaking of can't do something, when I showed up in Focus Fitness, whatever, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, Nicole, I could not do a pull-up.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and I see your facial expression, Marty, because I was of the same thing. I could do a pull-up, but then you get up there, you're like, wait a minute, I can't. And it's incredible how many people can't do a pull-up. And that's by no means I'm not trying to call anybody out. That's a difficult exercise that we all should probably have the ability to do. Pull yourself up, because if you're caught in a situation where you got to pull your body up, man, you want to know how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't tried one in years. I probably can't do it.
It's so. I find the easiest thing to do is I have some bands here on my squat rack, and I do pull-ups every single week. I obviously do part of chest and back, but if I'm not feeling it, just get the old band underneath my knee and do some lifts, but it helps. It absolutely helps. But but now I can do them. I can do them unassisted, but it is like pull-ups, bench press, push-ups, those simple things that I think we often overlook are very important.
Super.
Yeah. Which, good segue to, I do want to talk about today. Dr. Peter Atchia reveals how much time you should spend exercising each day. I figured, Nicole, since we had C Marty Fit here, we'll talk about Dr. Peter Atchia's comments about how much time you should spend. I got a few other things here. How much rest is needed between bench press? Marty Fit. I figured maybe if we had some time, dig into some AI stuff here today. Maybe if we stay on the fitness track, I got some the most effective exercises for reducing visceral belly fat. I know that visceral body fat is a common situation that we all as human beings deal with, right? We age, we look at the mirror, we're like, oh, that's there. How do I get rid of that?
Where'd that come from?
Yeah. And the thing is with that,
Crunch.
the belly fat. Yes, Nicole. And it's
sorry, Keith. Did you see what I posted yesterday?
I know, but I didn't on purpose because I wanted to see it this morning.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I didn't. It's funny because I was out for a walk this morning. I thought I'm going to look at Marty's video. I'm like, no, I'm going to watch this morning so I can surprise myself and thoroughly enjoy it. I find that's. Did you watch it, Nicole?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, yes. It's a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Is this the wine one you're talking about?
Champagne?
Champagne.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe that is the one that I saw. I will have to go and we'll have to put it on here this morning. But Kentucky Derby party. Angela, my friend Angela, reached out on yesterday. She's like, "Hey, You talked about you and Lauren going to the Kentucky Derby party, but you never talked about it. So I've never been to one before. See, Marty, Nicole, you been to those parties before?
Mm-hmm. Do y'all wear fancy hats and everything? Did Lauren wear a hat?
Yes, actually, yes. Nicole wore. Lauren wore a. Lauren wore a tourniquet. No, what do you call those things you put in your head? Oh, she's gonna text me in a second. I know she's listening.
I know. Yeah, just ask her. She'll be like, Lauren, what'd you put? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get the text in a moment. But yes, a fascinator.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so you stick it to your head. So yeah, all the women there were dressed in their fancy dresses and their fancy headgear. And Marty, I took off my athletic gear for the day.
Oh yeah, okay. I saw the Capitals the other day too. I meant to tell you that.
That's why.
There she is.
There she is, fascinator. Yes, thank you, baby. Yeah, it's funny because we're getting audio input from my lovely partner here. Yes, Marty, I did clean up well. I took off the athletic gear and I put on a different form of my Lululemon day wear instead of my Lululemon gym wear.
I like it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's dig into it. So yeah, the party was fun. It's a fun spectacle for a 2-minute event, right? And the great thing is with the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, it was a photo finish. Did you guys see it all? Did you see the highlights of it all? Did you catch it all? Or
I meant to watch it and then I forgot.
No.
But
yeah. So listen, I'm not big into horse racing or that culture. Had we not been invited to the party, I probably would not have paid any attention to it. But it was neat, and then I got a chance to see it, and then it was big news. It was, admittedly, it is how can I frame this? It is a cultural event in the United States caught in a certain period of time. How does that sound? Yeah.
That was very
It maybe lacks. What's that, Nicole?
So that was a nice way
very
to put
diplomatic. Yes. Yeah. I don't know if it's representative of much of what North America is or culture is, but it certainly is an event that it's a spectacle, and I get it. It's because this is a segue to what I want to talk to you guys about before we get into our accountability check-in. It's a segue to what's happening with live content and Netflix, and we'll get to that in a moment. But that spectacle, that 3-hour television event for 2 hours, or I'm sorry, a 2-minute event, that's really all it is, right? It's just build up, advertising, and then the 90-second, 2-minute race, and then it's over. But you create a cultural event around that. And which segues to, before we get to the accountability check-in, did you guys hear what happened on Sunday on Netflix? Tom Brady?
Oh, we got roasted or something?
Yes.
Man, that was crazy, man.
Dude, that was more than crazy. C Marty, did you see it?
Oh, they went hard. I don't know.
Nicole, did you see it?
No.
I got to step it up. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, you do have to step it up.
Man, that was crazy.
There was, you talk about roast, Nikki Glazer, I read something this morning. She said it was an unwritten rule amongst the comedians that the only thing that was off target was his kids. And it was clear that everything else was on target because they took every swipe possible at him and his whole universe, frankly.
They sprinkled the kids in there, just like surface level.
Yeah.
They sprinkled them in there, but they didn't go hard on the kids, obviously.
Oh, man, it was intense. But why I bring it up is because, and this is relevant even to what we're doing here in the lab, it was a live event. It didn't need to be live. There's no reason for it to be live. But I was doing some reading on the weekend, and even this morning, or yesterday, I should say, there was a strong business reason for Netflix to do it live. And it's happening right in front of us, and nobody's really paying attention because we're all paying attention to the rest, everything else. But Netflix is not what it was when it first came out, right? Netflix was all about binge watching content, distributing it all in one shot and sitting down and watching a whole season of Friends or something, right? Mm-hmm. But if you look at it now, it resembles closer to HBO 20 years ago than what Netflix does today. Netflix is rapidly moving to live programming. Why? Because it's event programming. Why? Because you create cultural moments. Why? That's how you monetize content. Mm-hmm. You create a cultural moment, you create it live, you stream it, you make money off it, right? And if you think about it, a year ago, and I'll crack the joke here, Love is Blind did a live special last, September? They had no technology. The technology failed them. The show collapsed. It failed. So they've been rapidly, if you look at the last couple of years, they released the Chris Rock streaming live event. They've done a number of live events, all testing capacity to work up to events like the Tom Brady one, but then ultimately work up to live WWE programming, live sports. Because again, as I've been saying for a long time, the technology is what's limited this live content. And I know, C Marty, when you and I had coffee yesterday afternoon, and I said to you, one of the reasons I came knocked on your door to collaborate with you is because you're a live guy. Very different than podcasting, right? And that's not a knock to my, and I joke, not a knock to my podcasting friends, but it's very different to do live to podcasting. But I believe the future is pivoting back to a world where people will desire live conversations, live events, live moments. Netflix is conditioning the world again to get used to.
I agree.
And they're continuing to set the tone. And the Tom Brady special yesterday was just because, again, it did not need to be, there was no need for that to be live for 4 hours, too. It was a 3.5 hour event.
That's long. I miss getting my DVDs in the mail.
Think about that. Let's just watch Tom Brady get squirm in his seat for 3. No, Nicole, don't you have the pigeons send them to you?
Yes, I do. Under my rock.
I do. Yes, under your rock. Miss C Marty, do you remember when Netflix first started mailing CDs, or were you still in the crib?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Was I still in the crib? That's hilarious. No, but I remember that. I do.
Yeah.
They've come a long way.
Yeah. In a short amount of time. That wasn't even that long ago, honestly.
It wasn't. I might have been in what, middle school?
It wasn't that long ago. Do y'all remember Columbia House?
Is that the CD?
Nicole, you remember Columbia House. Nicole, you have to remember Columbia House.
Is that where you could, like, in the catalog and they'd mail you like 4 CDs a month or something like that? Is that it?
Yeah, well, back when I was your age, it was cassettes. See, Marty, those are those plastic things with the tape in the middle of them and they rolled between them.
I know what a cassette is.
Yeah, Columbia House was great for doing that. I remember having just tons of cassettes mailed to me every single month from Columbia House, which was fantastic. All right, so anyways, the future is live, guys. The future is live. The future is live here in the lab. The future is live conversations. I really believe that you're going to see. I don't know. To me, it's not hard to see. We're seeing all this AI generated content, all this generated on demand content. But eventually it all just becomes the same. And people are going to go, no, but I want to be part of something live. I want to be part of an event. And I think we're going to start seeing macro moments, cultural moments created again over time. I really do. I really do. Oh, Angela was paying attention. You still owe him $1.10. Yes. So I did not bet on the Kentucky Derby. I had a chance to, but I did not bet. Nope. I'm a betting guy. I love to gamble, big fan of gambling, but I decided not to bet on the Kentucky Derby because I don't know much about it. So I would have just been throwing money away. See, Marty, I can see you're going to say something.
No, I was going to say I stay away from gambling because I'm too competitive and obsessive. Yeah.
Yeah? Is that the case?
Yeah. No, I'm so serious. Yeah. I don't even.
Nicole, do you gamble? Have you played? Have you tried gambling? Are you into gambling? Any come across your purview?
My 21st birthday, I went to a casino on a riverboat and lost like $300. And I was like, this is dumb. And I've never done it since.
I'm never doing this again, she says.
Yeah, it's 20-something years
One
ago.
and done.
So.
Dude, whoa. Yeah, I love the thrill of it. It's certainly an enjoyable thing for me. All right. See, Marty, Nicole, let's talk a little bit about, no, let's do this. Let's break away for a quick 1-minute coffee. We'll come back and I want to talk about action breeding confidence. Because as people are starting their day, again, my goal here is when people are starting their day, they're thinking they need a motivation, they need some accountability, they need a kick in the rear end, they need conversation to help them get out of bed, put the coffee cup down, go to some place they don't want to go, the gym, but it's important to go. So let's break for a quick minute. We'll come back and we are going to, oh, there's, yes. Oh, that's what you
Columbia House.
That's funny, Ange. Yeah. Funny thing goes, Marty and Nicole, they just sent them to you. They're like, oh, I got a box of cassettes in the mail. And Marty, you didn't have to send the money. They expected you to send the money after.
Yeah, write in a check and put it in the mail.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we're living in different times now.
It's true. It's true. Because they're like, here you go, Marty. Here's your cassettes. You're like, oh, thank you. Then we want you to send us a check after. Oh,
yeah, for like 99 cents.
That's exactly it. And I think they played upon the fears of guilt and like, okay, I guess I got to pay them. Right? And maybe that's your collections hanging out on you. It was your Columbia House there for $1.10. But all right, so listen, we're going to a quick minute break. We're going to come back with accountability check-in, and then we're going to get into some topics of the day, exercising, AI stuff. Nicole, Adding this hygiene habit to your daily routine could add years to your lifespan. Do you know what that is?
No.
No, maybe get people thinking this morning. Gets me thinking, I'll tell you. Gets me thinking. All right, so let's take a break. Back in 1 minute. All right, good morning, nation. We are back. Myself, C Marty Fit, Nicole Bernard, and special guest host on iMessage, Lauren Warniak. She answered the question, Nicole, that I asked you before we went to break, which is, what is the one life hack that will improve your quality of life? Yeah. And she had the answer on text. So she will be joining us in the show in a few moments, joke, to tell us what the answer is. So she's, hey, we have somebody paying attention this morning.
I want Lauren as like my phone a friend if I ever get on Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so let's go into our accountability check-in before we get into some topics. Nicole, C Marty Fit, confidence. How do you get confidence? This, I think, is a great conversation right now, actually. How do you gain confidence? I'm going to start with you, C Marty Fit. D1 athlete, growing up, mom and dad loving the hell out of you, no siblings, just C Marty focused on achieving great success in life. How did you gain confidence growing up, pal?
Just completing difficult tasks. Simple.
It isn't it? But yet it's not.
Yeah, simple concept, but hard to overcome.
Nicole, what about you? Is it as simple as C Marty framed it out, or do you see it differently?
No, I totally agree with C Marty. Yeah, same thing. You just keep showing up, and eventually that confidence will come.
Yes. I think it's funny because I think that even this show is a great representation of that. It's been evolving since we started it. And whatever we are at show 42, 43 now, just continuing to gain confidence in how it's coming together and how it's moving. And I bring it up because people, I know, have knocked on my door, and I'm sure they've knocked on yours, Nicole, and yours, Marty, which is, I don't know, just like, there's always a reason not to get started. Right. So, I don't know. I don't like the lighting, or I don't think I got a good microphone, or I don't have nothing to talk about, or I'm just not confident in front of the camera, or I'm just not confident speaking. In my experience, that it's just action breeds confidence, period. And when we started this show around accountability, and still is a major part of what we talk about here, I know it's easy, nation, but just start. And if you're like, I don't want to get started, go call Nicole. Say, hey, I wanted to get started, but I'm having some struggles. We'll call Marty or call myself, because you're going to get stronger. And I guarantee you, if you start like a Monday or Tuesday, by Friday, you're going to start getting some confidence building into your life.
And if you look for a reason not to start, or look for a reason to stop, you're going to find one. And
you always are, aren't you?
Yeah. And a lot of times when that happens, people come up with the most ridiculous reasons. It's crazy. The excuses I get for people not starting their fitness, you wouldn't believe some of the excuses I hear. It's crazy.
Yes. Well, we know. We saw some of your videos of the excuses.
Cinco de Mayo. Did you see that video?
Cinco de Mayo, or eating disorder, or there is a few things there that I know that when they come across your purview, you're like, no, you don't have an eating disorder. You just order the wrong food on the menu. I love that. That's awesome. Or you're not a picky eater. You just pick the wrong things, Nicole Bernard. You pick the pizza over the broccoli. You pick the avocado over the chocolate.
It is hilarious. So this weekend, I went to go make a sandwich, which isn't terrible, but in the back of my mind, I was like, what would C Marty say about this? So I pivoted and ate a ton of protein and an egg. Like you're in my head.
Good job. Good job.
Nicole, that is the goal here with the lab, is to get people recognize that when they're going through a guilty decision throughout the day, C Marty's head pops up in their skull. Oh,
I want.
I can't crack this because C Marty's, you know what, C Marty, we got to get some pictures of
Big back activity.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. I got to get your face on this, man, so that when I have this on my desk, it's just staring at me.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah. But how to build your confidence, nation, is starting now, not later. Just get going. Actually, just get going. Face the tough stuff. Keep at it consistently. Accept that mistakes are part of it. From the way we started the show this morning, working out first thing in the morning, I talked about my inability to do pull-ups. Man, I can do pull-ups now because I just kept trying to gain that confidence. So real confidence comes from taking action. And as Marty said, and as Nicole said when she was making the decision over the food this weekend, don't wait to feel ready. Just decide to move. The hardest thing, but just decide to move. Marty.
And if you don't know what to do, just do what you think is headed in the right directions. Obviously, I'm going to use the gym as an analogy, but if you don't know what to do in the gym, just get on the treadmill. Just start there. Just get on there for 20, 30 minutes.
That's such a simple piece of advice this morning, but yet so valuable to many people, because I know through my own experience, the biggest reason people don't get started, they don't know what to do, Marty.
Yep.
You're just saying go for a walk, Nicole.
Yeah, just something. Well, I think too, to see Marty's point, like intuitively, I think if we take a second and then we can be like, okay, maybe I'll just start with this. Listen to yourself and go start.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. All right. So let's move from confidence to, and let's continue the conversation. This is great, you guys. Again, my ambition here is to get conversations that keep people thinking and talking. So Dr. Peter, Marty, are you familiar with Dr. Peter Atchia, longevity and health expert?
Not sure. Never heard of him.
Yeah. Nicole, you are. I know we talked in the past.
Yeah. The Drive, right? Isn't that his podcast?
Yes, he's high profile, C Marty. I would encourage you to check into what he has to say and maybe drink some of his Kool-Aid. He certainly is serving up some stuff that I think the world is paying attention to. I know that he's getting some traction with what he's talking about, but he talks about how long that one should work out. And he says in this article, he says, I hear a lot of people say there's no evidence that increasing more than 30 minutes 3 to 5 times a day provides any benefit. And therefore, all this talk about exercising to quote unquote to extreme levels is actually harmful, or at best, not even beneficial. He says, instead, look at outputs, which he relates to intensity and effort. So he chooses to focus on the outputs because the outputs are less subjective. So when you look at input-based data, so it doesn't really matter if you're doing 30 minutes a day, more than 4 to 5 times a week. It's look at what you've accomplished during those periods. So when you look at the objective measures of things like VO2 max, strength, and muscle mass, what do you find? You're not really increasing things. You're just doing 30 minutes at a time. So focus on his comments are the obvious thing is if your VO2 max is higher, you're going to live longer. So focus on things that will increase your VO2 max. The more muscle mass you have, the stronger you're going to be, the longer you're going to live. And by extension, the better you live. So those simple principles, right? So not getting too focused on, do I do 30 minutes? Do I got to do 60 minutes? Do I got to do 20 minutes? And I know I often, Nicole, throw out the idea, there's no reason you can't find 30 minutes in a 720-minute day to take care of yourself. Yeah. But Dr. Peter Atchia frames it out of fair, whether it takes you 5 minutes, 20 minutes, or an hour, C Marty, if you are regularly working on increasing your VO2 max, if you are regularly working on increasing your strength, and if you are regularly increasing your muscle mass, in effect, you're going to live a longer, healthier life. Simple things, right? Like we often overcomplicate everything, especially with humans. I don't want to go to the gym right now, or I can't get in, or I don't know what to do. Nah, the reality is if your VO2 max is higher, you're going to live longer. Yep. So that means doing HIIT. That means doing things that push your cardiovascular. So whether that takes you an hour or 20 minutes or 3 hours, work on that. See, Marty, Nicole, thoughts?
No, I agree. And you said intensity as well. So
yes,
sometimes I might have a short window to work out. I might have 45 minutes. but that 45 minutes, I'm getting a lot done, and it's not a lot of rest. I'm increasing my weight. I'm moving station to station. I'm doing big lifts, heavy lifts, and I'm getting some cardio in as well. And then you brought up the HIIT, the strength training,
Yeah.
and the endurance as well. And it's funny because a lot of my posts trigger some people, obviously.
Yes.
And a lot of the guys, they're like, I'm stronger than you. I can lift more than you. And it's like, that's fine. Yes. I can lift heavy. I can do a little bit of everything. Like, what else can you do? That's amazing that you can lift heavy. I'm happy for you, but there's more to fitness, right?
Yes.
There's more to your health instead of just lifting heavy. Focus on strength training, but you got to focus on other things as well. So he's hitting on a lot of good stuff there.
And Nicole, he also talks about, and see, Marty, you just brought this up. Dr. Peter Atchia argues that exercise timing is dependent on one factor. You just said it, Marty, intensity. So if a person does quite a bit of aerobic training and at least some of it is at high level of intensity, that's infinitely more valuable than asking somebody how many hours a week do you do? For example, oh yeah, I walked for 38 hours this week. Okay, great. What, at a pace of 1 or 2? And we have grace in that. There's no judgment in that because at least you're moving. That's right. So that to me is, that's the most important thing. However, you've made the step to move. If you really are looking to live longer and have a life of longevity, it would be important to find ways to increase that intensity so that you can live longer.
Yeah. That natural progression, right? Like you start and you just keep building.
Yes. Yes.
And people always say to me too, they're like, I can't spend all day in the gym like you. I'm like, I'm not in there all day. I go for an hour.
Yeah.
5 times a week. If I'm feeling good, maybe 6, but 4 or 5 times a week, I put an hour in and I go hard. And that's what it is. And you do that over time. And that's how you can maintain a physique and maintain your health and not age rapidly.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, they turn the gym down just at the first thought because they think you got to spend all this time in there. And that's just not true.
Right.
Yes.
And you feel good, right? I think a lot of people don't feel well, and that just moving their body, getting something started would help immensely with that.
Yeah, watch them get out of a car and get in a car.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll tell you.
People think, I'll just speak from my own experience, putting socks on. So I'm being really honest. When I was not doing yoga or agility, so no secret, I'm 52, but I started doing yoga in my late 40s. When I started trying to put my socks on, I was like, oh man, this is difficult. But then I started training my hips and started training my hams and my lower body and improving my mobility and agility. Dude, I sit down, I do pigeon, lift my legs up, put my socks on. Something so simple, but actually a game changer for me.
Yeah. Tying shoes as well. Tying your shoe.
Such simple things we're talking about, right?
You'd be surprised, man. People really struggle. So I'm like, there's your wake-up call. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, I need motivation. You got motivation all around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Yes.
Like, especially my people, my men and women in their 40s and 50s, you got motivation around you, whether that's tying your shoe, getting out the car, or your peers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know something, Nicole, that a friend of mine who played pro hockey always talks about, and he talks about it to this day. He's the same age as you. See, Marty's in his 30s. He talks to his clients and his family and his friends all the time about doing one thing which he believes in, and I love it because it's so simple, and I hang him on this. But he believes that as long as he's like, Keith, can you still crawl? He's like, you can crawl when you're in your 80s and 90s. Like, think about that, right? We come out of the womb learning how to crawl before we walk. His point of view is that's something that we as humans should always be able to do as we age 60, 70, 80. I said to my dad, who was 81, a couple months, can you crawl? He got on the ground and crawled. Marty, I would actually ask you, when you sit down with your clients, how many folks as they age can't actually effectively crawl properly on the ground?
Wow, I never thought about that.
Because it's simple, but think about that. It takes mobility, stability, it takes coordination to crawl. So
I agree. Take some core strength too.
It does, yes. So wrapping up the thought on training with Dr. Peter Atchia. Dr. Atchia underlined that strength was a major predictor of longevity. Cardio is great, heart is great, all that is great, but you got to be strong. So rather than looking at the inputs, which are much more noisy, oh, I trained for 70 hours this week, or I did a bunch of sets. If a person can dead hang off a bar for 2 minutes, you know that they're strong. They weren't born that strong. They didn't luckily find their way to being that strong. They confidently tried to do it over and over. They had to do something to get that strong. This is what I love. That's something, practicing, turns out to be far more predictive of their longevity. Isn't that brilliant? So instead of focusing on how many hours you're spending in the gym or taking care of yourself, if you can just focus on learning how to do dead hangs and hang-ups and doing pull-ups, you're more than likely going to live longer because you're stronger.
They can just get Ozempic.
And the music goes sideways at that. Just a dead pause. What are we going to see the news cycles about the effects of Ozempic on humans, Marty?
5 to 10 years.
Yeah. I'm going to predict, Nicole Bernard, that we're already seeing it on television and across the social platforms, but we are rapidly seeing a shift in, for word here, body aesthetics based on Ozempic. There's now like the Ozempic aesthetic, right? It's like a skinny human that has lost muscle mass and has rapidly lost a lot of weight. I'm just trying to find grace with my words here this morning. But it's a massive loss of weight, loss of strength, loss of muscle mass, and they just shriveled away. Nicole, I can see you want to say something.
No, I don't know much about that. I
think Nicole's having some internet problems there in Oregon this morning, C Marty.
Oh, can y'all hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hear me, but I think we're
okay.
There we go. Go ahead, Nicole. What were you saying?
I don't know much about that drug, so I'm trying to picture in my mind what you're describing. So that's all I was doing.
Oh yeah. So there's two in the market right now, Ozempic and Wegovy, which help people rapidly lose weight. It's for diabetics, but I know that it's being used by many others to help lose weight. Hey, Marty?
Yeah, it's an injection, and it costs a lot of money. And I think I might say this wrong, but it spikes your insulin, and that's what helps you drop the weight quickly.
My mom was on it. So my mom's diabetic. Hey, Mom, what's shaking? And my mom was on it there late last year. And I think maybe I was sharing some of my experiences with mom, but she was struggling with her diabetes, Marty. And it had much to do with her Ozempic. Yes, she lost weight, and yes, it was helping with her diabetes, but it was really messing with her. So she got off it and she became healthier. Think about that.
Yeah, I tell people, if the root of your problem was just bad habits and being sedentary, don't you think that reversing it would get rid of those problems instead of trying to find a shortcut or so I don't want to go on a tangent.
No, you know what we should do, actually do. I think what we want to do is we want to have a conversation with some folks from different sides, the point of view about Ozempic, weight loss, training, strength. Like maybe we have a big fitness roundtable about this for people, because I think that it can be a good discussion. I know I have my point of view on it. I know, Marty, you do as well. We probably have a very similar point of view. Nicole, I know once we educated on the two, you'd be probably sitting on the same side of the fence as Marty and myself.
Oh yeah, Nicole's with us for sure.
100%. Yeah. But it's rapidly taking the world by storm. And it's this idea of the magic weight loss pill, eh, Marty? It's really what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nicole, the ad would have been right next. So when you and I are growing up with those Columbia House cassette ads, the ad for the magic weight loss pill was right there next to it. And now it's being sold in the world, basically. As simple as that, actually.
I remember in college, I don't know if y'all remember, like something called Xenadrine. Like there was like pills back then. Like it's always been part of our culture. I just don't understand why. I get it, obviously. If you don't address, C Marty was saying, like the habits or the mindset behind it, like it will forever be a yo.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there's always going to be a market for that.
100%. That's just it. There's always going to be a market for it. And I'm just fascinated over the next few years how we're going to see that, the findings, the results, what's going to happen with, and I wonder how it affects the fitness industry, Marty. Like I really do. I'm wondering how it's affecting it, or is it not right now? Do you suspect?
I'll be honest. I think that this year, just from my gym, like the New Year's rush wasn't the same. And that was like a topic, like a theme in the fitness world, that New Year's rush wasn't the same for a lot of gyms. And
it was less people
coming
out.
A lot less, yeah. And I think it could be a mixture of the Ozempic and that movement, and then I don't want to get too far, but the body positivity movement as well. A lot of people giving up on the gym, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff I talk about on my podcast. But just the mindset towards fitness, people look at it like it's a waste, and people can't really commit. They don't want to make the sacrifice, and they don't have that delayed gratification. So a mixture between those two, I think, is actually causing a dip in the fitness world.
I think we definitely have to have a longer conversation on that. Yeah, because what I don't like about what Wegovy and Ozempic is teaching us humans is just the continued idea of a shortcut and not putting the work in to achieve something. And that just, so the metaphors around that aren't very positive at all.
It's crazy how we talk about business on this podcast too. People have delayed gratification in every other area of their lives, but just for some reason, when it comes to fitness, it has to be quick.
It does have to be quick. Yeah.
And people don't want to hear that that's not the way it works. Like the belief is that there's a group of people that Ozempic is for. Well, it's not for you. It's for this type of person. It's for this type of, maybe they can use it to kickstart their fitness journey. And it's now that's not beneficial long term. I don't care. We can, yeah, we can talk about it another day.
But I'm on the same again. I don't listen. Does it help you lose weight? Yes. So there's no debate on that. You're going to lose weight on the drug. But what it's not teaching you is everything else that goes into the rest of your life. And that to me is the biggest thing, right? And maybe that's dating me as an old man or some ancient human, but man, it's just, there's so much more that goes into the joy of the journey of whether it's losing weight or achieving being stronger or something, but don't just pop the pill. Don't just pop the pill.
Agreed.
All right. So as we wrap up, I promised this one last thing, and I am doing a better job sticking to our topics, but team, I wanted to, and Lauren already knows the answer to this, but adding this hygiene habit to your daily routine as you're waking up this morning, nation. If you don't do this today, you're not going to live long enough. So I'm going to go do this morning once I'm off the show. Nicole, what do you think the habit is that could add years to your lifespan if you do this regularly?
I don't know.
C Marty, what do you think it is?
Hygiene? Yeah, I don't.
C Marty,
maybe like I don't know, maybe a facial routine, or
he's thinking, okay, what time is it? It's only 8 o'clock. I got to see what I can say right now.
Brushing your teeth. Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'd say oil pulling, or I don't know. Have you all done that?
All right, nation. We got a lot of people tuning in right now. So the one hygiene habit you can add to your day, we're both going to be rushing to the bathrooms after the show here, all three of us, that you can do to increase your longevity is flossing.
Duh.
I said brushing teeth, so I was close.
So I'm the worst flosser. I do not floss. I'm sorry, my baby, Lauren. She's like, Mom, man, you got to floss. I'm like, I don't. But I guess if I want to live longer and if I want to climb the mountain with my girl, because I know her goal is, as she runs her marathon, Nicole Marty, it's not so much, and I know her mission is not so much getting faster on the marathon. We talk about this all the time, longevity. She's like, no, I want to run a marathon so I can go tobogganing with my grandkids when I'm 70 or 80. So she's putting the work in now so she can achieve that later.
Yep.
Which is the same thing with this, right? Honey. Yeah. She said, go floss your teeth, man, so you can join me on the mountain. So there you go, C Marty, Nicole, go and floss your teeth today. If you floss your teeth, you're going to have a longer life. Flossing limits inflammation, removes bad bacteria that can lead to inflammation by going through the bloodstream. Explains Dr. Neil Pavin, a longevity expert. And inflammation, as you, Marty, as an athlete, is a key factor in serious diseases such as cardiovascular, diabetes, cancer, infectious diseases, and more. So,
absolutely.
There you go, nation. As you're wrapping up your coffee with Keith, Nicole, C Marty Fit this morning, a simple life hack. Just go and floss your teeth. I'm going to go do it today.
And go take a walk after that.
Yes, there you go. And you know what? It just leads back into how we started the show today with confidence, right? Go for a walk, go floss your teeth, do it over and over, and next thing you're going to start seeing results.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. 1% better. Wow. 55 minutes has already gone by. Did not expect that to happen this morning. And Aria, Nicole, I got a note from Aria last night as I was planning the show, and she had moved it yeah, she had set up a new calendar, Nicole. So she had moved it on the other one. And I was like, she's like, oh, Keith, I changed it. I'm like, I don't see it. I'm like, oh. So Aria is going to join us next Wednesday. C Marty, she is in Hawaii. I was joking with her, Nicole and I, when we booked her, whether she's coming from the bar or whether she's getting up in the morning to join us. So that's going to be funny because it's 2:15 or 2 o'clock in the morning when she joins us. So
that'll be interesting.
Yes. So today, live in the lab with myself, Keith Billis, we got Sean Nason, former cancer survivor, healthcare, former CEO of a healthcare company, a former Disney Imagineer. That's cool to me, working for Disney, imagining stuff. So Sean's going to join me here live in the lab at noon today here in the Business Athlete Performance Lab. See, Marty, what you got going on today, pal? I know you got your clients done with. What you got going on after this?
Going to the post office, Nicole. What else we got? Workout?
Yeah. Legs day today?
Shoot some content. What was that?
Legs day today?
No, I did legs yesterday. I got back today.
Nice.
Big back day.
Big back day. Nicole, what do you got going on today, kid?
A bunch of work stuff, and I think I'm gonna go to the gym. You guys inspired me. So.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's what we like to see you doing. That's good. So that's awesome. So I think what we're going to do before we say goodbye, I'm quickly going to pull something up here to have a little bit of fun with all of us. Where see, Marty, where's your, oh, here we go. Yes. Let's have a quick little look at this nation. So before we go, we're going to walk out of the lab with a little bit of fun from C Marty Fit. He shared a little video yesterday.
Get better. We coming to the gym to get rid of it. You going to drink belly juice to add while you at the gym. Make it make sense. Listen.
Oh, here we go. Let's try this again here.
No, it's right there. Just go back. It's down there to the left. Go down.
Oh, there we go. Yes, here we go. Check this out, nation.
Look at the comments.
Boot camp, whatever you want to call it. But what the hell is this? We coming to the gym to get better. We coming to the gym to get rid of the belly. But you going to drink belly juice to add to the belly while you at the gym. Make it make sense. Listen, a lot of them can't even hold a full push-up position, but they worry about the champagne. They focus on the wrong pain because they worry about the champagne. Listen, the fitness shenanigans are getting ridiculous. I'm tired of it. Let's go to the gym and work out. And if you want to get brunch after and get some champagne after, that's cool. But why do we have to do it in the gym? Why we got to drink at the gym? Why y'all want to smoke at the gym? What's the obsession with being under the influence at the gym? This is getting out of hand. Karen Calisthenics is getting crazy. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And y'all know I got to go.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
C Marty Fit joining us in the lab this morning. I love what you said in the video there, that there's nothing wrong with having the champagne or the wine or the smoke or whatever you want to do. But why do you got to do it in the gym, right?
It's crazy. I cover so many videos where people do it, or they argue that it's okay to do it in the gym while they're working out. I think it's insane. I think it's crazy.
But why would you want to do that? Is my question.
I don't know. I really, and people argue in my comments all the time when I respond to videos like that. It's insane. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. So there you have it. Go check out C Marty Fit's content on Instagram. He'll always bring some smiles and laughter to your face. You can find Nicole Bernard on Instagram as well. NB Marketing. She's always giving you great content, inspiring stuff. And you can find me somewhere on the socials, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere along the way. So we're going to get out of here. Back tomorrow, Wednesday in the morning. Back today at noon with Live in the Lab with Keith and Sean Nason as we continue our journey building here in the Business Athlete Performance Lab. C Marty, thanks for jumping in this morning. Nicole, awesome to see you. And Nation, great to see all of you. Ange, thanks for jumping in. You better go pay your bill so Columbia House doesn't put you on the old collections list for $110. There you go. All right, team. Have a great one. We'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.
Cool.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.